GoGoobers, I'm back with another video. I know. It's been a whole year and some change since I posted here because I've been in a full-time doctorate program for physical therapy this whole time. I've been working on another channel as well for physical therapy for motorcycle riders to help y'all feel less pain when you ride, so please subscribe to that and help me pay off these student loans. Now onto the vid. Here's the 4 years owning an Mt03, and it's always been that other bike in the stable next to my Z900 and my DRZ 400 that I sold to Brian at SoCal Supermoto. The Mt03 is my wife's main bike, but it's actually still super fun in its own way compared to the bigger, more powerful bikes. This doesn't have much power at all, but it still goes 90 plus miles per hour and is all around smoother for commuting on the freeway than that old DRZ, and more comfortable. While we're on the topic, I'm really happy with the gas mileage. I commuted on it for 2 weeks in a row for this review, and only needed to fill it up after a week and a half. So obviously this depends on how far you've got to travel, but school's about 9 miles away from me, and it's mostly freeway. The Yamaha is really small. I have these frame sliders that hit my knees a lot, but it's really just a reminder I'm on a little Mt03, and I smile again. The sound isn't great. The bars feel like a little scooter, and a sprocket change could be cool to help liven the bike up. I have to rephrase what I said last time I reviewed this bike about doing wheelies on this thing, so anyone with enough skill can wheelie any bike, for sure. But a beginner rider doesn't have to worry about the front end coming up. They give it a little too much throttle. This bike is super forgiving. Also cheap. This bike is really cheap. There's other YouTube vids with people stunting this bike out, and it looks really cool to watch also. So if you want to go see those, go look those up if you're interested. But the Mt03 could easily be someone's first bike, and eventually you could turn this into a track bike. So here in SoCal, we have a track called Apex in Paris, California here, and it would be a perfect bike to take there. It's only $40 on Fridays last time I went. And motorcycle riding is a humbling thing. It's physically humbling because you're trying to tame this machine like doing low-speed parking lot trails. But also when you get passed on track by someone faster than you on a bike that's slower than yours. Oh man, do yourself a favor, get the Mt03 if you're a beginner rider and on the shorter side. I'm 6'1" and feel like I'm sitting on top of this thing. Let's get into some of the specifics of the bike. The Mt03 has a 321cc parallel twin engine and is fuel injected, which I always appreciate after owning the DRZ for so long. It's got 6 gears, LED lights, a wet clutch, there's a 30.7-inch seat height, and has ABS. The stock tires are not bad, and you won't even notice the quality of them if you're a brand new rider anyway. Also, all the color schemes are pretty cool looking. I've been able to ride all of the MT series bikes at Yamaha demo days, and I always appreciated their transformer looks and aesthetics. The horn looks displaced from the rest of the aesthetic of the front end, but a lot of bikes kind of do this, and it's kind of like, where else are you gonna put it, right? And if you care enough about that, you could just relocate it, I guess. And again, the exhaust sound is not great. I have a little aftermarket slip-on, and it's almost the same as stock. You'll need to go with the full system if you really want it louder. I never did because of the price, and the stock headers come with a black ceramic coating on them, and they look great. Keeps them from rusting and stuff. The header pipes on my DRZ and Z900 always look dirty, and I'm too lazy to clean them. Another quick gripe is the dash display. I always make jokes about how it's a larger dash than the older Mt09 bike, but really, how big does the dash need to be anyway? I appreciate that it has a fuel gauge compared to the DRZ, but the DRZ had a reserve tank, which the Mt03 does not have, although the Mt03 takes forever to run out of gas anyway, it seems like, depending on how much you sauce the throttle. The brakes are decent, but nothing spectacular by any means. They feel squishy, which I think is on purpose for this class of bike. It's always an option to get steel braided brake lines if you'd like to upgrade to the brakes, like if you want to bring it to the track. That'd be nice, or just better stopping power in general. I think that'd be nice to do. I did that on my DRZ. Have not done that on my Z900 yet, just because the brakes they're okay. They're okay enough. They have 2 discs in the front. I have 2 sets of pads on. I have a set of pads on each disc, so I feel like I get pretty good stopping power. Some alternative beginner bikes I could recommend would be the DRZ 400 Supermoto. Obviously, gotta recommend that one. The Yamaha R3, the Kawasaki Z400, or the Ninja 300 or the 400 by Kawasaki. The KTM Duke 390, the newer 2020 models come with all sorts of goodies on them, like quick shifter up and down. You can turn off ABS. There's a TFT dash that's colored and it looks really nice. It's slightly higher price though than the MT03. I was going between that bike and the MT03 when getting this one for my wife back in 2020. But I think both are going to be great. I'd like to ride more of the Duke 390 just for fun and kind of commute with that and do some parking lot drills with it. Got to ride the 1290 Duke and that was a lot of fun. But the newer ones, you know, you go to a demo day for KTM and they put everything on low power mode, so you kind of got to flip through all the menus to really get the full capacity. I think it was a 3rd gen one that I rode, but still really fun. Yeah, I know I just talked about a 1290cc like motorcycle for this review, but just know every bike is fun in its own way. If you got 2 wheels, man, like you're gonna have a good time. Like that's the overarching thing over all of these bike reviews. Try not to lose sight of that. But Suzuki does demo days, Yamaha, Kawasaki, KTM. Look them up on Google and just see when they're doing their next demo day. It might be by you, and these are free sessions you can do. You just sign up for a time and you can reserve the bike. I think usually up to 3 for the day. If no one's around, they usually let you do more, and you get to just ride all the new bikes. And you have to have a license for at least a year on most of the places, but some places are cool. I think you might just need a license, so gotta recommend that. I actually have so much more to say about the bike, but you'll have to leave some comments and ask more about what I think, you guys. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and check out that new channel I've got. Peace.